Hello. I am Alisha Richard, and thank you so much for joining into this week's podcast with the A Rich Life podcast. I am extremely excited about today's episode because I will be talking about the 5 actionable steps that you can take to brand your business in 2022. So if that is something that you are interested in, then be sure to hang on out to this week's episode. Of course, before we hop into the topic for the week, I like to talk about some of my favorite things. And of course, I have my juice. Oh yes, this is so good. This juice actually consists of some beets, some pineapples, and some oranges. So I like to call this juice Beet Procrastination because ladies, sometimes we like to procrastinate, and beets are one of those things that I say, in 2022 and beyond, we are definitely going to beat it. So beet procrastination. So make sure that you actually get this juice in your juicer, and this juice actually gives me the strength and the courage and the confidence and the energy that I need so that I can work in my business. So make sure that you get this juice. One of my favorite workouts for the week was actually from Briehler, and OMG did I love her workout. Her workout was a Pilates episode or a Pilates video on YouTube, and it was about 41 minutes, and it was very engaging. I was just sweating. I was really enjoying this workout. So the links will be right down below, but it is Briehler. Make sure that you check her out on YouTube because I guarantee you will not regret it. My affirmation for the week was, girl, show up. just one phrase, girl, show up. So whatever that is to you, whatever that is, it meant a lot to me. And that was just my affirmation for the week, just to show up consistently. And that brings me right into the topic of the 5 actionable steps that you can take to help brand yourself in 2022. Did you know that it takes people about 14 to 20 times to see your brand before they are even like, whoa, this child has a business, right? Or this girl or this woman, whatever it may be, whoa, this is a business. This is a brand. So as you are starting the new year, and regardless of whenever you are listening to this episode, you can be listening to it in 2022, 2023, 2024, whatever, know that it is always relevant to you and your business or your personal brand. So the first thing that you should do as you are showing up in a new way is to schedule a time where you can schedule your content. So let's talk a little bit about that. Maybe you could schedule your content on a Saturday or a Sunday or whatever day that you may be off from your business. Make sure that in your schedule, you schedule time. Now, the reason why you want to schedule time so that you can post your social media posts, so that you can know what you want to say, or so that you can know what to do. So during this scheduling time, we could call this the A Rich Life Hour. During that time, you will actually be brainstorming about the different ideas and the different concepts that you could use to help you to grow your business. During this time, you will be thinking about what you are offering and how you could talk about it. So with the scheduling time, you could think about, what do you want to post on Monday? Is that going to be a quote? What are you going to post on Tuesday? Is that going to be a video? How about Wednesday? Is that audio? And we'll talk a little bit more about that. So while you are scheduling your posts, during this time, let's say if you are selling lotion for your business, right? Think about that lotion and think about, how is it going to make your ideal client feel? How is this lotion? What about the smell? What about the fragrance? What is it going to do? How is your client going to feel after they actually apply this lotion? So during that scheduling time, I want you to think about, what are some of the things about the products or about the services that you are going to offer, and make sure that you talk about it in a new way. Make sure that you schedule your time and say, well, Well, how long is it going to take for me to do the post? How long is it going to take to post the picture? Think about that scheduling time and how you are going to actually create your content. So on that Saturday or that Sunday, you could do this in the morning or in the afternoon or whatever time that is that you are the most creative. During that time, jot down all of the ideas. Jot down what day you're going to do your post. Jot down how long you want your post to be. And jot down how you want your ideal clients and ideal customers to engage with your current product or service. So let's say, for instance, if you are a hairstylist, right? So as you are going through that brainstorming A Rich Life hour, you are brainstorming about your clients, and you are saying, well, hey, if you are a hairstylist, you're saying, I really want to get more clients in the door. So what should I do? I would say first think about what style are you the most confident in doing for other clients. As you think about that style, let's say that style is sister locks. So if you are a person and you are like, whoa, I want to get more sister lock clients in, so what should I do? Maybe you should create content where it revolves around the benefits of getting that the sister locks. Why don't you talk about the time that clients will be saving if they decide to go with you? Why don't you consider the convenience that it is for your clients to get sister locks? So while you are in that A Rich Life time where you are scheduling your social media posts, those are some of the things that you want to talk about throughout the week so that you can begin to get clients in the door. The other example is that if you are a photographer and you are like, wow, during this time where you are brainstorming your ideas, think about what you want to offer as a photographer. Do you want to shoot more weddings? Do you want to do more events? Do you want to do more birthday parties? Think about what it is that you really want to focus on and start to create your content from there. Then that way you will have a plethora of ideas for yourself that when it's time for you to actually do that post on Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, then that way you would already have it scheduled and you won't procrastinate on it. So that is my tip. Number one is to make sure that you schedule time so that you can actually brainstorm ideas to create the content that you desire. The next thing is to find quotes that relate to your business or personal brand. So as you are finding quotes, think about quotes that are very engaging. What would your ideal client say when they see your post, when they see your quote, when they see whatever that you post on social media? So say, for instance, if you find a quote that is motivating and inspiring for you and for your clients, make sure that you do that post on social media. Not just do a picture of it, but right now people are really engaging with video, they are engaging with audio, and we'll talk about that in about step number 4. So make sure that you are doing quotes as well. So actually have some categories within your business. I'm kind of getting off, but hey, we're going to keep going. Make sure that you have categories that you could actually talk about that pertains to your business. So when you have a quote, if it is a motivating quote, then let that quote be something that will inspire your customers and your clients to actually come on in. If you have a quote, say, this week is going to be great, right? Then talk about what could happen throughout that week to make it great. If you have a post that says, I am grateful for the life, health, and strength that I have, talk about things about how grateful you are for the things in your business or the products that you have. So it's several ways that you could think about the products that you offer so that when your clients see your post, then they will think of you. Okay, so this brings me to my next thing. As you are creating content, right, because you already set aside either that Saturday or that Sunday is the time that you are going to brainstorm different ideas so that when you are doing your social media posts that your clients will see it. We already talked about how to have quotes somewhere within your post. Now we're going to talk about you. Yes, 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 yes. The woman or the man behind the business and the brand. Whoa, that sounded pretty good. The woman or the man behind the business or the brand. So, all right. So let's talk about something that is unique about you. This is is one of my favorite things that I totally like to do when it comes to personal branding, because a lot of times people actually build a personal brand based on who they are or who you are. So make sure that as you are branding your business, that at least one of your posts throughout the week, you actually talk about yourself, not in a way that you are bragging or boasting about yourself or whatever, but in a way that your clients will be well informed about who you are, so that your clients will be well informed about the person that is behind the camera, or the person that is behind their hair, or the person that they are actually doing a consultation or something with, right? So I'll give you an example. One of the things about me that I totally like to share is, let me bring it back out again. I totally love juicing all of the time. And if you have not noticed, I have juices. I mentioned it in the podcast. If you look at some of my photos, if you really look, you see a juice that is there. Sometimes a juice is placed like right on my desk. So as you are creating your content, think about something that is unique about you that separates you from your competition, right? So say for instance, we were talking about locks. We were talking about sister locks or dreadlocks or traditional locks, micro locks, whatever it is. Well, if you have long, beautiful flowing hair, then tell your clients, whoa, I am so confident in my hair because of the convenience. Let's say, for instance, if you are a person that, brainstorming. Let's say that you are a person that is a photographer. Then what are some of the things that you could do besides just being a photographer? Can you sing? Do you like to do art? Are you good with kids? Talk about some of the other things, right? So I'll give you a couple examples of a few people that I've totally loved and have followed for years. And I know these things about them because they talk about it. So one of my favorite people is Jenna Kutcher. I love Jenna Kutcher. She actually has the Gold Digger podcast. And one of the things that Jenna actually likes to do, I know a few things about her actually. Right. A few things that I know about her is that she likes macaroni and cheese. And the other thing that I know is that she has had a couple miscarriages throughout her life, right? So those are some of the things that totally stick out to me because she talks about them openly. And I remember her name. I remember her brand. I remember things about her because she talks about it. And that separates her from any other podcaster that I know because she gets personal. So when you get personal, you don't have to air out all of your dirty laundry, but basically be open enough to where if you were to have a conversation with someone at the airport or with someone in the grocery store or with a stranger that you totally don't know, what is something that you would be comfortable in telling them about yourself? So another person that I have followed for literally like so many years is Jasmine Star. A few of the things that I know about her is that she actually adopted her daughter. And the other thing that I know about her is that she has a dog named Polo. How do I know that? Because she talks about it. So that brings me to this example. When you are doing personal branding, think about things that make you unique. How many children do you have? How about your marriage? How long were you married? Think about some of the things that are totally out the box. Then that way, when it is time to attract your ideal client, because now we are in the storytelling mode. Think about your story. Think about some of the things that you had to overcome. Think about some of the obstacles that you've had to overcome. Think about some of the goals and the things that you have actually had to reach to help you get from point A to point B, right? Say one more another example. If you lost your job during COVID and now you are creating another business, that is something that people deserve to know. So as you are talking about your personal brand and your business, make sure that you have unique things that are totally about you, because I promise those are things that people are going to love. The other thing is, before we leave this topic, right, I have a few examples on my laptop. So if you have a furry animal, my dog's name is Leo. Hey, I'll tell you a little bit about Leo later. But I have a furry a furry son. If you like to do yoga, if you like to dance, these are some of the things. So think about all of the things that make you creative. Are you a single mom? Are you divorced? Begin to just gently tell your story to people. Then that way, when they are describing your business, when they are describing your brand, they would say, you know what? I like, let's say for instance, if your name is Tiffany, someone will say, hey, I like Tiffany because Tiffany was a single parent and now she is growing and blooming as a business owner. You know what I'm saying? People add those things when they talk about a business or a brand. So don't be afraid to tell your story as you are planning your content. That brings me to tip number 4. See how I added that in? Tip number 4. I like to sing, so we just added it in right quick. All right, so that brings me to tip number 4. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Oh, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to use audio, video, photos, and all of that, okay? Right now, as you all know, and as we all have seen, that the world is changing when it comes to creating content. Literally, nothing is the same when it comes to Instagram, right? So let me give you a little backstory about all of these apps that we are currently using. Well, let's talk about the app that I totally love, and my audience is growing on TikTok. I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. So exciting. All right, so as we think about TikTok has literally changed the game when it comes to personal branding. So before TikTok, of course, there was Instagram, there was MySpace, there were so many different Facebook, there were other social media apps that were before TikTok. So now that we have TikTok, TikTok has brought authenticity. TikTok has brought where it's no longer you have to be made up and look so pretty and all glammed up and have all of these amazing photos and different photo editing styles and all of that. TikTok has brought authenticity. TikTok has brought video, audio, lip singing, dancing. It has brought so different things. And now that TikTok has literally changed the game, then guess what Instagram is doing? Instagram is no longer just for photos, but Instagram is also incorporating video and audio. And now people are looking more authentic and being themselves. And you know what? Now that TikTok is basically one of the top performing social media apps, now Instagram is saying, whoa, now we're going to come up with Instagram Reels. Just hang on with me, we're going somewhere here. So now that Instagram Reels is there, then Facebook is like, whoa, wait a minute. We want to make sure that we create Facebook Reels as well for different brands, for different people, for different businesses, right? So now you got all of these different apps that are basically wanting to keep you on the app and to grab your attention. That brings me to my point here. Because social media is changing, you no longer have to restrict yourself just to doing an amazing photo shoot. However, I know that that is so good, and no disrespect because I am a photographer myself, but now you have the capability to literally grab your cell phone and do a quick selfie, to do a quick video, to record behind the scenes. You have so many different ways that you can engage with your potential clients. So use the apps. So don't be afraid to use the apps to actually grow your business or brand. During this time, I could literally say that on one of my TikTok videos, I have gotten well over 20,000 views. Now, I was not dancing. I was not lip singing. I was literally telling the people what I know. I was literally talking about things that I know. So don't be afraid, as I said, to schedule. Don't be afraid to tell your story, and don't be afraid to talk about what you know. And as you are using these apps, be sure and to get comfortable with the user interface of the platforms, right? So let me go back to my notes really fast. So some of the things that I totally love when it comes to using these apps, one of my favorite apps, the name of it is Video Leap. This is not sponsored. Nothing that I say in this episode is sponsored. I'm just letting you know some of my favorite apps that I love to use. Now, let me give you the scoop. With Video Leap, I am able, you are able to go into the app. You are able to get your video. Then you are also able to add the audio and then, or the voiceover. They call it the voiceover. And then you can actually do the transitions. You could add the effects. You could add the text. You could add the graphics. There are so many different things that you could do in Video Leap. So the reason why I like to use the app Video Leap is because I could take that one video, save it on my phone, and then I can distribute it out to the different the different social media platforms. So I'll let you know if you all are interested in a course or a mini tutorial on how I use Video Leap. I will definitely love to let you all know how I have been using that app specifically. So a lot of times, do you notice, I'm going off, but this is for a reason, okay? So do you notice that a lot of times, like if you are on Facebook and if you are looking at a reel, then it has like the TikTok logo that is on the side, and you're like, okay, well, I know where this video came from. Well, when I use Video Leap, what I do is when I export the video, there is no logo that is there. There is no logo that is there. So I can use the video through Instagram. I put that same video on TikTok, and I also put that same video on Facebook Reels, but there are no logos at all. And I use everything throughout Video Leap, and then that way I just export it to the different platforms that I want it to be on, so that when people see it, if someone sees my video on TikTok, then it's just on TikTok with no Instagram logo. And sometimes I may forget, but for the most part, I just export that one video to the different platforms. So here are some of my favorite apps that I totally love to use. Video Leap is my favorite because I do both my podcast episodes. I use Video Leap to edit my podcast episodes, and I also use Video Leap to edit my videos that you see on TikTok and everywhere. I also like to use iMovie. iMovie is a good source. However, if you don't have a lot of a lot of storage and stuff, then you may not want to use that. All right, I'm sounding a little techie, so I'll get off of that a little bit. The next one is TikTok. TikTok is definitely a good app where you could edit your videos, like add like the transitions, the voiceovers, the video effects. So basically whatever you want to do within the apps, you can do it. However, for me, it has been a lot easier just to use one app, which is Video Leap, and then all of my transitions, all of my audio, the video, everything is already included. And then and the graphics too, because I do add graphics, and then it is exported. So those are a few of the links that you could use. Canva is also a good resource. So right now I am mentioning Video Leap, iMovie, TikTok, Canva, and then Facebook and all of that. They have their own specific things that you could use within those apps as well. All right, so tip number 1 was to make sure that you schedule your time, either an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, however long that you need so that you can create your content and develop your schedule. Number 2, find quotes, find things that relate to your business so that you can show your ideal client what you are offering. Number 3 is to make sure that you tell a little bit about yourself. Number 4 is to don't be afraid to use different apps to create the content that you want. And tip number 5, that brings me to consistency. OMG. This is something that a lot of people really are not good at. And I will admit, we all can kind of just be a little like random sometimes. But from this point on, I want you to be consistent in what you do. Be consistent. Some of the books that have helped me, I'll show you really fast because I had these books out so that I can show you all. I love these 2 books. If you are listening to me, you can't see it, but if you are looking at me on YouTube, you can. The Slight Edge. Normally, I would read The Slight Edge at least once or sometimes twice a year, and sometimes I would pick a chapter out and I would read it. I love The Slight Edge. It is by Jeff Olson. This book has literally helped me. Now, when I talk about the consistency, it has helped me with working out every day. Now this is my journey. Don't compare my journey to yours. Just listen to me and then we'll just go from there, right? So it has the slight edge has helped me to learn about the benefits of being consistent in my workouts, in my juicing, with my children, in my life, with my prayer life. It has really, really helped me. The other book is The Compound Effect. Now, The Compound Effect is actually an audio book. And when I saw that it was on Audible, I was like, thank you, Lord, for all you've done for me. Yeah. Okay, that was random, but it relates. So, The Compound Effect, it's an audiobook. I totally love it, and I listen to it. This audiobook is about 4 hours and 30 minutes long. How do I know? Because I listen to it over and over and over again. As they say, or to me, repetition is the key to success. So in order for you to actually grow your business, to grow your personal brand, the way that you want it to be, make sure that you are diving into some sort of book that is about consistency. Because a lot of times the key, or the people that we see that are, not to say blowing up, but the people who we see that are really doing well on social media, it's not that they are smarter than you. It's not that they are better than you. It's nothing. It's not about that. It's that they are consistent. And that's what will make you different in the game. So make sure that you go and purchase either The Slight Edge, and if your time is very limited and you want to listen to a good book while you are commuting from taking your kids back and forth to school, or while you are working, be sure to purchase The Compound Effect. You can actually get it as an audiobook. And again, none of these are sponsored. So these are some of the books that I actually have used that have helped me out a whole lot. All right, so we are almost at 30 minutes. So let me close this episode up. The last thing, and it, not to say is last, but this is something that I really want to talk about. In order for you to really be grounded, rooted, and be where you want to be in your business, always be sure to include God. Yes. Always be sure to include God. Make sure that you have some sort of prayer life. Make sure that you are doing some sort of practice, gratitude practice, whatever you call it, whatever your religion is, whatever it is. Make sure that you are guided in a special way, because a lot of times as a woman, a lot of times as a wife, mom, sister, friend, full-time job, so many different side hustles, it is possible to actually experience overwhelm and regret. And I want you all to know that regardless of whatever path that you are on, make time to meditate, make time to pray, make time to journal, because all of these things actually help you to be creative. And then that way you know that once you are being led by God, then it doesn't matter what anyone else is doing around you, but you know that you are focused on your own path. So while you are branding your business in 2022, don't forget about the main CEO. Don't forget about the creator that created you. Don't forget about the creator of the universe, because God created everything. So make sure that you included God in your business. All right, so that brings me to the close of my episode. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this long, because if you did, then girlfriend, that means that you are a part of the 1%. Woo woo! Oh my goodness. So be sure that if you have enjoyed any part of the podcast, be sure that you share it with a friend, share it with a cousin, share it with a business bestie, share it with someone who you know that could really benefit from this episode. Also, make sure that you rate the podcast. So you can rate the podcast on iTunes. Make sure that you give it a 5-star rating, and as well as leave a comment, because that is how this podcast is promoted. The more rates and reviews we get, then the more people will actually begin to know about it. So don't let a rich life be the best kept secret, honey. We believe in living a rich life, not just in your finances, but in your mind, your body, your soul, and in your business. I am Alisha Richard. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember to share the light, share the love, and I can't wait to see what you all are doing on social media. Last thing but never least, one more thing before we go. Make sure that you follow us on all social media platforms because, girlfriend, we are showing up. So if you want just a little bit of inspiration on, hey, what should I do or how to post, or if you want to really see how I'm doing it in real time, then make sure you follow on Instagram at arichlife.co. Make sure that you follow on TikTok at arichlife.co, and make sure that you follow us on the web at www.arichlife.co. So I am so excited about your future and how you are going to bloom in this 2022 year and beyond. Thank you so much again for watching me and listening to the podcast. Again, I am Alisha Richard, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.